All right, guys, this is the final jingle cap of the year. Get ready.
All right, man, let's get the Christmas spirit going because I haven't felt it this year.
Weather outside.
No, that was a song for Die Hard. This one was Baby, it's cold outside.
Well, I'm not gonna sing the duet with you, so you Rich gonna have to carry this one.
All right, well, I was trying to get it started, but whatever. Grinches.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the jingle cap.
Welcome back, guys. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh man, I was kind of hoping actually Rich would jump in and actually.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I don't know the words.
Oh yes, come on, yes you.
This would have been an episode for the ages if you would have did that.
Like a duet.
You know what? You know what? Maybe next year.
All right, next year's jingle
that
cap.
sweet sultry voice that Zoe Deschanel has. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, love Zoe.
So what are you guys drinking tonight?
Are you ready for this? You ready for this?
Don't tell me it's truly
Recursion IPA. All right, look at that. Got hops on and everything. All
Look
right.
at you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
No
I
wonder
didn't know you had it in you.
Oh man, very bitter, very hoppy.
All right.
Nice.
What about you, Rich? What do you got?
Whiskey and coffee.
Of
Whiskey
course.
and coffee. Of course. The rich.
course.
That's what they call
Hey,
Late
if
night.
Buddy the Elf could drink it, so can I.
it. He's like, buddy, you don't have to drink that.
That's true.
Okay.
I-
Drinking
That's
a
true.
little.
I mean,
Red
I'm
Monster.
sorry. I'm drinking maple syrup and coffee.
There you go. Drink a little Cabernet right now.
Oh,
Okay. In the whiskey glass. Got it.
In a whiskey glass. Give me a cap. Actually, let me put this wine out. It's actually pretty good. There you go.
Okay.
Called Corvellia 2018. Good year.
It's a good vintage year,
Good
2018.
vintage year. Paso Robles, if anyone's interested.
Yeah. Better than 2020.
It was a good drought year.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good drought year. Very, very fine grapes that year. But this is the going to be the last jingle cap of the year, guys. So I was thinking, before we hop into our movie, let's talk about some Christmas memories real quick.
Okay.
I want to ask you guys,
All right.
in terms of your guys' childhood, what was the most standout gift you ever got that you were most excited about?
Oh man.
Because I know it changes as we get older. It's so much easier just to buy our own things. But as a kid,
You're right. Like
we all had
I
that.
buy. Yeah,
Christmas
like right
every
now,
day,
anything
if
I
that's
want,
the case.
yeah, I buy for myself. But I think I'll start it off. I think the happiest I've ever been getting a present was like the Nintendo. You know, I think for anyone our age, I think so that
Yeah.
the happiest you've ever been getting a present is a Nintendo. I remember I got that for Christmas one year. I lost my fucking mind. And literally that night, I think I'm 9, 10 years old. I played that shit till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah,
Bloodshot eyes, and just playing like
On
Excite
low, so it
Bike,
didn't wake your parents up.
Excite Bike, and like Duck Hunt with that damn dog always fucking laughing at me. Ugh.
Dog's such an instigator. That little bastard. No, that was
Oh,
a great.
man.
No, I concur. I was gonna say, I mean, I'm kind of similar vein. I think the most excited I ever got was, I guess, when I got the Sega Genesis. I think I was like 8 years old, somewhere around there. I don't remember exactly when, but I was so stoked, man. And Sonic the Hedgehog, running through, grabbing all those rings.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was great.
No, that was pretty cool. That was a good game too. Yeah. You know, mine, I think I got this little
You got a
black
BB gun?
rock in my stocking, but I was an artist, so I could draw all over the place. It was fucking great. Made my Christmas that year.
Okay.
You got a few rocks, right? A few years in a row, right? If I'm not mistaken.
It depends on what years we're talking about, but yeah.
All right. Well, let's hop into the movie. We're doing Elf, obviously, 2003.
I like it.
We'll run through the synopsis real quick, and then let's get into it.
2003.
Yep. All right. So Elf is a 2003 American Christmas comedy film directed by Jon Favreau, starring Will Ferrell, James Caan, Zoe Deschanel, Mary Steenburgen, Daniel Tay, Bob Newhart, and Ed Asner. The film centers on Buddy, a human who was adopted and raised by Santa's elves. Based off a true story, he learns about this and heads back to New York City to meet his biological father, while also spreading Christmas cheer in a world full of cynics in the process. The movie had a budget of $33 million and a box office of $223 million.
Wow. I'm surprised they never made a sequel to this.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I'm glad they didn't, to be honest. But I could
Wouldn't be a
definitely see the
Christmas classic.
temptation.
Good.
Yeah.
But it's definitely joined the, that kind of that catalog of Christmas classics. I mean, it's been on television like
Absolutely.
at least
Absolutely.
every other day. It feels like, this week, normally we're having to rent these movies and watch them, but I just DVR'd it. And going back and watching it, it was funny too, because I started to watch it at first, and I'll be honest, I was like, because I have seen the movie so many times, I was like, am I really going to enjoy this? But
Yeah.
I was legitly laughing out loud. Like, it got me again.
Oh yeah, so was I.
I was actually LOLing also, like legit. Like I was like surprised. I caught myself. I'm like, holy shit, I'm really laughing my ass off right now.
But let's talk about this plot. I mean, the overall story of this. I mean, with any Christmas story, you're already in suspended belief. I mean, you're basically going to go along for the ride. We got Santa Claus, we got elves, we got the North Pole. I don't know that it's a new story, but it's not necessarily like that crazy outside the box. This idea, basically, it's just the funny part of it is just Farrell himself. He's this big, tall, lanky dude playing an elf. That's the shtick. But you know what? He carries it pretty well. But overall, for story wise, I think I give it a 4.
Okay. Oh, you kind of low there. I give it a 7 because it was a little bit different than your typical Christmas movie. Definitely different than your typical Hallmark or Lifetime Christmas movie. I mean, it was like, a kid, an orphan, snuck into Santa's like gift sack, and then ends up being in the North Pole. Gets adopted by Papa Elf. I mean, what other Christmas movies before this was that storyline? None. So it was a little unique.
That's true. That's true. Rich, what'd you give the story?
I give it a 5. I mean,
Oof.
just right down the center. It was nothing
Yeah.
crazy or cool. I mean, great Christmas movie, but it was kind of simple. Like, kind of already knew where it was going. Adopt a baby, Santa Claus, elves. Oh, I'm gonna go find my biological father.
Yeah.
And then it's not the same old plot done over again, but it has enough roots into it where I can only give it a 5.
Yeah, a lot of the themes that kind of like, I mean, even the setting itself, New York, it's a very common setting and everything. It feels very familiar, and it's a new story, but it's not exactly, like I said, it's not like a total new retelling or reimagining of things. It's just they got the elements and mixed it in a different way, but it's all the same elements you already know, right?
Definitely was
it's not a knock against it. I mean, they did it well.
Yeah.
But let's touch on the production itself overall. The overall setting on this, I think I'm probably not as high on this as you guys were. Let me see what I end up giving here. I give it only a 13. And I don't know. I mean, the whole parts with him in the North Pole and like, the sets that they used to do that, it was okay, I guess. I mean, it felt kind of small, but it did the job. And even the parts where, even the CG is like noticeable, I still go along for the ride just because I tend to like the characters. So like, even like, I think about that scene where he's in the park and he's doing the snowballs, and they're doing like that fast forward effect, and it looks kind of cheesy, but you're just going for it because, like I said, this is a Christmas story. He's playing a giant elf. So how am I going to start then knocking it because, the CG doesn't look totally correct.
It doesn't look real.
Yeah.
All right. I was a little heavy-handed on the production. I gave it an 18 out of 20 just because unlike you, I like the sets. I like the sets in the beginning with the North Pole. I like the stop motion animation in the North Pole because it was a throwback to like the old school like Christmas movies like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and all that good stuff. And I like the soundtrack. I get the special effects, but I think they meant for that whole snowball fight to be kind of hokey. But then, like, at the very end, when like, you had the sleigh and Santa flying, it was nice. It kind of made you feel like Christmas,
I hope so.
Yeah.
What about you?
I give it an 18, just like Al. I mean,
there you go, attaboy.
Wow.
Yes,
Attaboy.
because of everything that Al touched on too. It made me think of those old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movies, the clay stop motion movies in the beginning, and it was a great transition into like New York. Getting past the Gumball River and all that.
The candy cane forest.
Yeah,
I wish they showed that a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, they stuck with the cheesiness that is the movie, from cheesy sets to cheesy stop motion claymation stuff, all the way to like his outfit. It looks like it's made out of like, I don't know what it's made out of, like some old.
He's been wearing that his whole life.
I know,
Exactly.
It's you're so stereotypical, like what you would see like an elf on a shelf or something, and the material like they used and everything too. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like it wasn't much thought put into the movie, but I think there was a lot more effort and thought than you're giving it credit for. So I
Oh,
get
wow.
it.
Okay. All right. Well, keep chugging along here. In terms of the acting, I mean, you can't really get farther than touching on Will Ferrell. But one thing I did see here in the notes is actually, so they hadn't actually pushing the movie since the early '90s, and originally when they wrote
Hmm.
it in mind, they had for the main character Chris Farley, which would have been
Okay, I could have seen
interesting.
that. I definitely could have seen that.
But
My
Favreau was saying
God, that would have made the movie, I think, just as epic. If
that,
Absolutely.
yeah,
I
that would have
love Chris
definitely been epic. I mean,
Farley,
to see that, and then somehow you got to throw Spade in there, right? He's like the little brother, maybe. I don't know.
man. Or he's the dad. He's Papa Elf.
That would be hilarious.
God, that would have been
So the
amazing.
fact that we got robbed of that is kind of sad. It almost in a
A little
sense.
bit.
Rest in peace, Chris Farley.
Yeah, the guy
Oh,
he's a comedic legend, and rightly so.
oh man, Black Sheep.
But I get, you know what Favreau was saying too, the director, he was saying that apparently the first script, he had a much darker sense to it too. So it makes you
Oh.
wonder what originally they kind of had in mind. And obviously it morphed
Hmm.
and changed over time. And then he ended up,
Yeah.
he had his eye on Will Ferrell. But, you know, what makes this movie work is Will Ferrell. I mean, that's really it.
Yep.
I mean, he's like, it feels like in every scene. And he's over the top, and he's ridiculous and heavy-handed, but it works and
Mhm.
it's funny. And this is really
Yeah.
Will Ferrell in his prime.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with you to a certain point. Will Ferrell did a good job. He was funny
Hit me
in the
with it.
beginning.
Oh, in the beginning.
In the beginning, great. In the beginning of the middle, okay. You know, when he got to New York and he was like oblivious, like
Oh,
I
that's what
get
he's
it.
saying.
I get it. But
Okay.
then it got a bit much, guys. Like, I'm like, I get it. I get it. You're an oblivious guy who's never been to the big city, who's never been out of the North Pole. But
Right.
it just kept on going and going for 20, 30 minutes. I'm like,
So
hey, let's reel it
sounds
in
like
a little bit. And I hate to say it. I hate to sound like it got a little bit annoying.
Wow,
It
really?
got a little annoying.
sounds like Al was on the naughty list and lost his Christmas spirit.
That was like our
I'm
own
trying.
James Caan. He's just not
Right?
having it.
No, I'm just saying. He still did a great job. The majority of the 20 was due to him, and then it all tied it in at the very end too. I like Zoe Deschanel, one of my
Mm.
celebrity crushes. Unrecognizable, by the way, because she didn't have her bangs and eyeglasses.
She
I
had
didn't
that
even know that
blonde
was
hair,
Zoe
yeah.
until
She had blonde hair too.
You know what I was thinking
Yeah.
about, Al, and I was going to touch on this because I know she's one of your celebrity crushes on that very long list. What does it say about you as an actress if you get cast as the love interest opposite Farrell? What does it say about like your pedigree? You know what I mean? Because that's kind of like that's not a class I don't know if you really want to be in, because it's almost like the girls who get cast opposite Adam Sandler. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, okay, so you're like cute, but you know what I mean. You're not
Like
you're not
but
leading
you're
man
not
material.
you're not gonna go to the super leading man guy. I
Yeah,
get it. But yeah, she did a great job. I love her singing voice. All right.
very
Probably the
sultry.
best singing voice, like how Buddy said.
I was
And
hoping that Rich was gonna recreate it in the beginning, but I
yeah. And then I give a little shout out to Peter Dinklage. His little cameo was great. I was legit laughing, like rolling during his
which one
scene.
was he?
He was Miles Finch, the little person. Peter Dinklage.
Is that I didn't know that actor's name. I mean, I obviously know that actor, but
Yeah,
yeah, no, he's good. Yeah,
he must be a South Pole elf.
Oh, Miles Finch, yeah.
yeah.
Hilarious.
That whole scene.
That'll see. There's so many parts in this.
Say I'm an elf again. Elf.
Angry
Yeah.
elf. Mm.
Oh
Yeah.
man. I gave the acting a 21.
Okay, there you go.
Lot of Will Ferrell. I mean, but then also a lot of his father. I forgot the actor's name, but
James Caan.
I thought he did a good job throughout the movie. Like they counterbalanced each other more so than Will Ferrell and Zoe's character. You know what I mean? They were like a yin and a yang, so I thought he did a really good job. Other than that, I mean, it was just good, solid laughs all around, dude. So everybody did their part as being either serious, dopey, or depressed. Even that little boy did a good job of being a little
for the little part that he had.
Yeah, like a little punk kid. You know what I mean? Who just wanted to spend more time with his dad. So I give
Yeah.
it 20.
Yeah, I give it a 24.
Oh,
Touching on James Caan, I mean, mainly it's because of Farrell. I just think Farrell and then Deschanel, they're just so likable in the characters. So you
mm-hmm.
just kind of go with it because you just like them. But James Caan, I don't know if he was great or not. I think, I mean, he's awkward and stiff because he kind of always is, but that's kind of what the role played for. But I will say
Mhm.
Yeah,
this:
the
I
cool
did
guy.
not. I don't know a world or a universe where I believed that he wrote children's books. Like, I just don't believe that.
Well, he technically wasn't a writer.
No,
He was just kind of like the head of that, like the
department.
division.
Whatever you
Yeah,
want to call it.
he
I
was the
just don't see him.
operationals manager.
Yeah, he's the QC guy of the children's books. He does a poor job. I saw that. He
He's the
signed
guy with
off
the
on the
budget.
he signed off on the missing pages. But yeah, that was the only part I would be like, I don't know if I'm like totally buying this. But overall, like I said, I gave it 24. Like I said, most of this movie is carried by the characters themselves, and
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think overall they did a good job. But let's get into the actual directing itself. John Favreau, very familiar character, and he makes a little
Mm-hmm.
cameo right as the doctor in the
Yep.
movie. I gave him let me see here. I think I gave him a 22. And I
Okay.
think he did a good job. I mean, it's obviously the story's not hyper complex. It's a Christmas story, but he created a new classic in this little category here, and that's not easy to do. And I think you have to give him credit for it.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with you. I give it a 21. I couldn't give it any higher just because of kind of what I was talking about in the acting portion. That middle part, like the first, the beginning, fantastic. The end, obviously great. Makes you feel that Christmas spirit. Just a tiny portion of the middle, just a tiny portion, like maybe 20 minutes, where it got a bit much, where Will Ferrell
Which
was
part?
fucking just going nuts.
Which part
But
specifically?
Yeah,
It was just over
I
the
don't want
top
to
for
say,
you.
you got to point these out because I
Yeah.
think it cut into your gym time, and maybe that's why you got a little cranky.
it was just it wasn't a specific part by any means. It was just as a whole, like during like a 20-30 minutes in the beginning and then in the middle, it just got a bit much. Like, all right, I get it, you're an oblivious adopted elf in New York. That's enough. Like, that's enough.
Oh,
Enough.
he represented the Christmas spirit.
What did you want him to be?
Obviously, you can't connect with the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, I thought you liked Christmas.
I
Yeah,
love Christmas, but this
yeah,
was
and
like
that
not.
he really does stand for Antifa.
Yeah, no, it was. Look, guys, it just got a bit much. It got a bit annoying. There, I said it. But it wasn't the whole movie. I love this movie. I love this movie. It's just a
You're like a grumpy
20.
James Caan. You're like a grumpy Filipino James Caan. Is what you are. All
It
right.
was just like 20 minutes. That it was just a little much. Like, maybe cut those 20 minutes out. I don't know.
And have an hour
Disappointing.
movie.
Yeah. Disappointed. Definitely
That's just
disappointed.
me.
But,
Yeah. I gave it a 23 for
yeah.
not a very high score, but the directing was good. It flowed good. I mean, the fact that he made, like, I think you may have touched on this earlier, Steve. The fact that he was able to turn this into a cult Christmas classic, that honestly is standing up time. It's holding its own, at least for me.
Which everyone
Throughout
likes
time.
except Al.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
this movie,
he lost the
guys. Come
Christmas
on
spirit.
now.
It's okay. That's all right. We established that. Last week I think he was wearing a burglary outfit, and so
Yeah. Heaven forbid Zoe Deschanel ever sees this episode and she's just totally turned off by Al.
Oh, there goes my chance.
She's like, "Who is this Grinch?" Jeez.
Man,
And she's like
favorite
singing
movie I
in the
was
shower
ever
for
in.
some reason.
I'm like just waiting, just singing the
Get
lawn.
another hate comment.
She's probably gonna downvote this video if she stumbles upon it.
Right?
All right.
Oh.
Well, anyways, let's get into our X factors here, guys. Let me see here. I am giving it a 7. Just put fun Christmas classic, and it's now part of the this category here. What you're expecting to see every year around Christmas. And like I said, I wasn't sure what to expect. I watched it again because I had seen it so many times, and you know what? Some of the jokes, as campy as they are, they still landed. They had me laughing. When he meets the guy in the office, Francisco, and he talks, he's like, "That's a fun thing to say." Francisco. Just there's so many parts. Me and my wife will even like quote to each other. Like the part when he was even like on the escalator and he never been on one before, so he just stretches out and he's just like, it's just it's hokey, but it's fun. I don't know. I just like it.
Yeah, the X Factor, I gave it 9. 9 out of 10.
So you did hate this movie then? You didn't okay. It's settled.
And because and to all the points that you made, it's a modern Christmas classic now. It's up there with Home Alone, Christmas Story, and all that. And yeah, and like you said, I was legit laughing throughout this entire movie, except for maybe the middle part. And but yeah, 9 out of 10. It's a Christmas classic now, guys. Like you have this is like a necessary watch every holiday season for anybody who likes to have fun.
Yeah. I gave it a 10, solid 10. Because you know why?
Whoa.
This movie, I don't know. It's been a while since a movie has made me just laugh. That scene when he comes out of the North Pole and he sees that raccoon, I lost my shit, dude. I just started laughing, dude. I was like, oh my God, I forgot about this part. Like, and that happened to me throughout the whole movie. I remember I tried to put this movie on because I've seen it so many times in the background. And then I was like, I can't. I'm losing focus. I'm just going to sit down and watch this movie. I was laughing so much, dude. That raccoon, man, did it for me. I was hooked after that raccoon attacked him.
This is the world's greatest cup of coffee. She's like, what is this?
Like, congratulations, guys.
You know,
hey, guys, great job. You did it.
Right up my alley.
It is just a crappy cup of coffee.
All right. Yeah. Well, so total scores, what did you guys give it?
I gave it a 75 out of 100. See, I still like this movie.
Nice. All right. I gave it a 77.
There you go.
I give it a 70.
Oh,
yeah, I think really,
I gave it a higher score than you.
Yeah, I think really it's just that production kind of brought it down a little bit in the price. But overall, I mean, I like the movie a lot. In terms of Christmas movies that we've seen, I mean, this is definitely super enjoyable. And the fact that I've seen it so many times and it holds up is, I think, something to be said already. So yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad we're ending this year's Jingle Cap with this one because this is the actual first legit Christmas movie we did during like this stretch. Like we did like Die Hard, Love Actually, Fat Man, but those are just like Christmas-y. But this is an actual Christmas movie, so I'm glad we ended up with
Pharaoh's an elf, dude. He indicts.
Yeah, even though apparently he was too elfish for Al. So
it was just a little, maybe like 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
It is what it is. All right, well, that's it. I mean, that's all I got in terms of notes. Anybody else want to say anything else? A little Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
See you guys next year.
Hope you all get Nintendo 64s and have as much fun as we did when we were kids.
And maybe get a PS5. If you guys get a PS5, send it my way because I can't get it.
Yeah, if you get a PS5, invite me to your house and I'll stay.
Because all Al's getting this year is a lump of coal.
Nah. I like the movie, guys. I liked it.
It's just not Will Ferrell. We get it.
15 minutes of the movie, maybe. Whatever.
I'm saying Zoe Deschanel.
Oof.
Dislike.
Oh no! Please don't, Zoe. I love you.
I hope she.
500 Days of Summer was one of my favorite movies. All right.
All right, we're gonna call it Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.